Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight on that show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling. Episode number 66. So, some wrestling is on to talk about. I guess this is somewhat, the first thing is somewhat wrestling related. WWE Hall of Famers Donald Trump, Kid Rock, and Mike Tyson attended UFC 287. So apparently they were all at UFC 287. It was headlined by Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira for the UFC Middleweight Championship. It brought three of the notable celebrity Hall of Famers in WWE. It was Mike Tyson, Kid Rock, and Donald Trump and Dana White pictured in this photo. Kid Rock was inducted in 2018, Mike Tyson in 2012, and Donald Trump in 2013. He would go on to be the 45th president, and recently he pled not guilty to 34 felony charges concerning his alleged role in a hush money scheme. So, it's crazy. Donald Trump was in a court, and now he, a few days later, he's at UFC. So, yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. So Donald Trump, jail on Tuesday and UFC on Saturday. That's crazy. So Veer, he's coming. He's gonna come again. He took to social media to warn everyone that he is coming. That was basically a meme. Remember Veer Mahan before he first showed up? There were so many promos saying "coming soon to Raw," and now he said, "I'm coming again. I'm coming. See you soon." So he famously came on the April 4th episode of Monday Night Raw in 2022 after months of build-up. He most recently appeared at NXT Roadblock when he teamed with Jinder Mahal and Sangha and lost to Braun Breaker and the Creed Brothers. So, are we really going to go through this storyline again with Veer Mahan? Are we really going to do this again? Because people are not going to care. People are not going to care about this if this story comes again. Like, not again, dude. Like, again? Here we go with the same fucking story. Vince is back. Officially, Vince is back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Sean Ross Sapp posted we have a lot more on the unofficial hiring freeze in 2023 within WWE since Vince McMahon made his way back in. So, not a surprise considering the buyout was going to happen. Not a surprise. I guess, so I don't know if WWE hire more talent soon. I guess not. And I think Vince told Trips to stop rehiring all those people. He brought back former NXT from his NXT. Vince's like, pal, stop hiring those people. But I guess they took a switchblade to that list of potential hires. But not being the free agency game is a mistake if you have the money, use it. And this is normal for companies that just underwent a buyout. But I don't know. That's not really too surprising, but that makes me upset. I figured. But yeah, some signs that this was the case popped up early this year with like the reasons listed in the article are why more new faces haven't appeared on television. Basically, if you want to subscribe to Sean Ross Sapp, Bumble Select. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Vince is back. There's not gonna be as many NXT call-ups maybe to SmackDown or Raw because Vince May will just bury them. AEW, ladies and gentlemen, wins again. So he spent $80K for his kids to obliterate his knee in about 30 seconds. But he can't use that in new signings, but he used $80K for his kid to come back, Shane, and then obliterate his quad in like 30 seconds. Yeah, good job, Vince McMahon. So WWE trademarks a term intended to be used as the name of a show. So So they've trademarked. It's if you, this saves you a click. It's basically WWE Superstars of Tomorrow. Basically, is WWE trademarked that term. So, and the trademark is intended to be used for a show, WWE Superstars of Tomorrow, on Wednesday, April 5th. So they filed for a trademark focused on tomorrow. So they did announce a new series coming to Roku based about recruits that John Cena will produce. So I think this is what WWE's trademarking this term, WWE Superstars of Tomorrow, for a thing here with John Cena. So Kurt Angle in the news. He believes that some fans may lose interest in WWE because they're not making new stars. I mean, he's not entirely wrong. Like, I feel like he's not entirely wrong, but there is some stars there they can make up. They've made. Bianca, Rhea, Cody, it's not perfect, but they're creating some big stars. Will be much easier once they finally take those titles off Roman. Once they finally take the titles off of him. I mean, Sammy, it's like, they're doing a good job in NXT, like Braun, Mello, Grayson Waller, Theory on the main roster, like Dominic, Solo, LA Knight, Montez, Santos, Gunther. They've got some stars. They've built some good young stars. And the whole NXT system is built of half completely original new stars. And I think why people WWE lose some fans because Vince McMahon is back. But oh well, what do I know? But the town is there. So Dragon Lee is added to the NXT Championship #1 contender Fatal 4-Way set for the NXT on Tuesday. This is awesome. Dragon Lee's a good wrestler. But he isn't winning. Noam Dar will probably cost him the match. He'll probably go for the Heritage Cup that they have. So Cody Rhodes reflecting on his WrestleMania 39 loss, and he hopes to speak about his future on Raw, Monday Night Raw on the 10th. So I do love a good redemption story. But I guess he's gonna talk about Brock Lesnar after Brock Lesnar attacked him on Raw, so they'll build that story on for the Backlash. So according to last night's WWE Live event report, SmackDown at the Moda Center marks the largest gate of any non-premium live event in Portland. So it was pretty packed and the crowd was pretty loud all night. So they're breaking personal records like every week. Yeah, but that crowd was especially loud for Dominic. He's got some really good heel heat. Good shit, pal. So Sabu was hospitalized after a serious medical emergency. So Sabu had a serious medical emergency. I didn't go into specific what, but he, due to a serious medical emergency while on the show floor, he will not be appearing for the remainder of the expo. So it's basically like against a wrestling event, but he's doing better, thankfully. So thank God Sabu is doing better. Mercedes said, if I main event the Tokyo Dome, Snoop Dogg will be there. I mean, Snoop Dogg's at WrestleMania. He's been at WrestleMania. Snoop Dogg is everywhere. Like, Snoop Dogg's everywhere. He's doing the modern wrestling trifecta. Being on AEW, WWE, New Japan. Snoop Dogg's everywhere. The big homie on New Japan Pro Wrestling. Dolph Ziggler said his cash-in's the greatest of all time. He basically explained why. I'm not going to go into the article, but in my opinion, Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, But I'd say Dolph Ziggler's a close, probably second, but I'd say Seth Rollins. So WWE SmackDown records a decrease in the preliminary viewership, basically. So I think it'll be fine. Several wrestlers pushed to work with John Cena at WrestleMania. Yeah, the man hasn't got many left in him. I think he's gonna retire soon. It's gonna be emotional when he retires and you see him on that Hall of Fame ceremony. Sky Blue is going to be the next big thing in AEW. I get massive like babyface vibes from her. I think she'll go far in AEW. Hopefully she'll get some wins soon instead of losing every week. But she's improved so much over like the last year. People bash AEW Dark, which I get, but you need that for wrestlers to get like reps and improve. She's definitely improved. So Dana White crossover between WWE and UFC won't happen any more than it already has. I mean, they've had Daniel Cormier as a ref for the Rollins Riddle was great. I thought that was great, and that maybe he can work as a ref again because I'm perfectly fine with that. Especially involves like Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre because Cormier is a really physical wrestler, and those three are the most physical wrestlers today. So it would make sense he could bring him back as like a referee. But nobody wants to see a fake sport. Nobody wants to see like UFC do a crossover with WWE. At least I don't. I don't think a lot of people will feel the same way. So you're saying Dana White isn't going to invade WWE TV with a bunch of MMA fighters? I don't believe you. I have a hard time believing anything this company says. They say Vince McMahon won't be back, and they say every week, "Oh, we're gonna change the game. Nothing's gonna change." Yeah, it's gonna it will change. Yeah, it's changed for the worse with Vince McMahon back. Logan Paul says the Miz helped him understand how the wrestling industry works. So Miz is the person teaching from. They both sort of came from the same world before wrestling, basically. But yeah, he's mentored. The Miz was mentored by the veterans and the old guys now. To see him doing that to the younger talent is good to see, especially with Logan Paul. Um, yeah, Will Ospreay, says he doesn't want to come back too soon. He has a shoulder injury, so he might not come back too soon. He still might have some time off TV. Uh, Keith Lee versus Chris Jericho is announced for Dynamite on the 12th, and Darby Allin Swerve Strickland is announced. So those are two good matches right there announced for Dynamite. But yeah, that's really all to say. So yeah, until next match, a lot. Peace.